Welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. Welcome once again to the channel. I'm Octane, your host. Or if it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the notification bell after you subscribe, like. That would be really nice. So let's get straight into today's video. We are looking at the Earth Commander deck, which is an arcane killer deck, and the ultimate form is a really nice utility card. What it actually does, and just before I forget, it's actually a bounty deck as well. So we've got two Earth bounty deck, which are commanders. Quite nice. The last Earth bounty deck that we get is really good for bounty killer, which finishes tonight with its battle skill, which is called Jade Assault. The card is called Jade Agent. It creates 6 Earth Power Gem 6s. These 6 Earth Power Gem 6s, you will get them on activation of your battle skill. It sends an observation drone to one enemy for 1 turn. The next attack against that enemy creates 10 Earth Power Gem 7s. It's got a 1 turn cooldown. This battle skill is able to give you a maximum of 16 Earth Power Gems on the board. How this will work: when you activate your battle skill, say on turn 0, you attack. At the end of the turn or at the beginning of the next turn, you will create 10 power gems, but I think it's at the end of the turn you will create 10 power gem 7s. Now when you activate your battle skill on the next turn, you will create an additional 6 power gem 6s, giving you a grand total of 16 power gems on the board. So that is quite nice. However, the passive is what I like most about this ultimate form. Now the passive, as long as you've got 7 or more Earth Power Gem 5s on the board, you will upgrade all Earth Power Gems that's on the board. Now how this one actually works as well, it works at the start of the turn. So the inbuilt passive that is in your battle skill will create 10 Earth Power Gem 7s. This will actually activate your passive, because as long as you've got 7 Power Gem 5s on the board or higher, you tap straight into the passive. So the battle skill actually brings the passive, actually activate the passive on the turn after. So this is quite nice. The way to benefit from this passive is to put a lot of cards on your deck that generates power gems passively, especially cards that generate power gems at the end of the turn or the beginning of the turn. All of these will be upgraded. So what will happen is, when the turn ends and the next turn begins, all your power gems will spawn on the screen. They won't crush, they'll spawn on the screen. This passive will kick in, upgrade all those power gems, and then they will crush. Then you can activate your battle skills that create additional power gems, and it would be really good if you've got cards on your deck, a card or cards on your deck that actually boosts the damage output of other cards on your deck. Now we're going to look at a few of those cards a bit later. So as I said, this one is a really nice utility card to have in your collection going forward, because you might find later on that there's an event that this card is key to get in your deck to actually deal really decent attack. Now this card dispels Power Gem Silence, which is a debuff that you will have to dispel this week, because Power Gem Silence affect any card that creates Power Gem, whether passively or with its battle skill. That will actually kill your battle skill, and it will render your passive null and void. Counter Traitor is not too bad of a debuff. Any card that gets hit with Traitor will take damage when you attack. That's not too bad, especially this card has got a bit of recovery on it. If you want to increase the recovery, you just put a staff on it, and the staff will aid your recovery. So that's quite a nice ultimate form. If you got it, congratulations. I can actually craft it in a few days when I go through the retro pack. I will craft this one because I think it's a nice utility card going forward. The next card up will be your Master Collection card, which is Jade Leader. And Jade Leader creates 6 Power Gem 6s with its battle skill. It's got a 1-turn cooldown as well, which is quite nice. And if you start your turn with 7 or more Earth Power Gem 5s or higher on the board, you will upgrade all Earth Power Gem to 1 rank higher. So combining this with the ultimate form will upgrade all Earth Power Gems at the start of the turn to 2 rank higher. 1 rank but with your ultimate form, and 1 rank with your Master Collection card. This one doesn't create any power gem passively. It creates all its power gem when you activate the battle skill, but it's still a nice card. Now if we take a look at the ultra rare for this week, I must say the ultra rare, it does create 10 Earth Power Gem 7 with its battle skill. However, it will create these power gems at the end of the turn. It won't create the power gems straight after you activate your battle skill. Now this will give you the ability to go into the following turn with an additional 10 power gem 7s. So combining this with the ultimate form will actually give you 26 Earth Power Gems on the board when you go into the next turn, and your ultimate form will upgrade all those 26 power gems to 1 rank higher. And if you choose to add the Master Collection card on board, those will go up 1 extra rank. However, if you take a good look at the deck, there is no boost, there's no attack boost, there's no damage boost, so you will need cards that's either gonna do increase self damage, or cards that's gonna increase the damage of all the cards on the deck. So you're gonna need cards like those. This one dispels armor. Armor is a nuisance. I think it's one that you need to dispel, especially going up against ultimate bosses where time is quite essential. You haven't got time to go through 5 turns to actually get rid of armor. You need to dispel armor to do your damage, especially in the later rounds when you get up to level 27, level 28, even anywhere from level 21. You need to dispel armor because you can't waste your time, primarily because if you haven't got a high hitting deck, and those are decks with ultimate forms ranging from 4 pink star and above, those are high hitting decks. Most of us have only got ultimate forms with 1, 2 or 3 pink stars. Some of us haven't even got the current ultimate form or decent ultimate form for that matter, so you need to dispel armor. The Master Collection card, I think this one will dispel Traitor, and I think the support card will dispel Gem Silence. Now the support card for this week is a bit different. The support card for this week increases self damage by 10% for 1 turn and creates 5 Earth Gems. Now that's a bit different. support card that actually increases self damage. I mean, it's just 10%, but come on, it's something different from your heal and you're creating 12 earth gems. I mean, if it actually created say even 2 power gems, it would be nice, quite nice. And it actually heals with its passive. So it's nice. It's not wonderful, it's not powerful, it's not really usable for anybody who has been in the game for a while. It's just good for people who are just starting out. Say this is your first event or even a second event, this is quite nice to have in your collection. But anybody who has been in the game for a while, well, we're not really interested in that card. It's got no use apart from being dust to create to craft ultimate forms. So Infiltrator Carl or Cruel, probably butchered the name, but it is what it is. This one creates 5 Earth Power Gem 4s. It's got a 9 gem charge rate, 1 turn cooldown, so every turn this one can create 5 Earth Power Gem 4s. It's got a passive, Hunter's Instinct. If you start your turn with 5 or more Earth Power Gem 4s or higher on the board, it upgrades 5 Earth Power Gems to 1 rank higher. Now that's quite nice. It's really nice. Really a nice card. Not powerful, not that usable, again, for people who have been in the game for a while. But for somebody who's just starting out in this game, this card will be quite nice, especially in the lower leagues. It will help you out quite a lot, this card. So I think this card is really nice from the perspective of a new starter, somebody just beginning the game. This one is really nice to have. That is your deck for this week. Is it a powerful deck? On its own, no, it's not gonna be a powerful deck. I haven't seen any deck in a while that's a powerful deck on its own. Basically, you craft the complete deck and you just put all the cards from that deck onto your event deck, and it's a powerful deck. It's always going to be cards from older decks. It's always going to be combination of cards because the game is about deck building. So being able to put different cards from probably different affinity or different generation to actually create a powerful deck is really, really nice. It actually challenges your skill as a deck builder. So this week we've got 2 ultimate forms that you can use for the killer skill. This is the oldest of the 2, the Devilish Duo, and this one, it's quite nice. Was really good when it first came out because this one can create up to 27 Earth Power Gem freeze. It's dependent on skill points. It's got a 4 turn cooldown, and each time this hero attacks, it creates 3 Earth Power Gem tools. It's got a passive that increases the attack. So if 25 Earth Power Gem 1s or higher exist on the board, it becomes enraged for 3 turns, increasing Earth Commander's attack by 10%. Not really that much nowadays. Does create ultimate gem, which is not very useful, but this can be a useful card to have if you haven't got anything else. The next one is this one, Primal Protectors, and this one will create 7 Earth Power Gem 5, increase self damage by 20% for 2 turns. It's got a 1 turn cooldown. It's got the passive whenever this hero attacks. Bilka Hawk attacks at the end of the turn for 50% of the main attack. It's almost like bonus attack, but it's just 50% of the main damage. So this one works quite well in tandem with the current deck because it's also got a 1 turn cooldown. The Dispel, the counter skill won't benefit you that much this week. So this is the deck I'm thinking of starting out the event with. This is not going to be my quest deck. That's the deck that I'm going to use to go through the Crusade map. This is the deck that I'm planning to use for like the solo bosses, guild bosses, and maybe the ultimate bosses if I do get 1 or 2 in the first day of the event. Now, Brothers in Banditry is going to be one of the cards that you will see a lot of people using this week. It's a very good damage dealer especially when it comes to Earth Commander event, primarily because it has got a self boost of 300%. So it creates 6 Earth Power Gem 6s. The next time this era attacks, they have a 300% increased damage and dispel, blind, and dodge. It's got a 3-turn cooldown, however. It's got a passive called Coalition. Whenever this era attacks, it creates 1 Earth Power Gem 4s for each Earth Commander on the team. The next thing it does, at the start of each turn, it upgrades all Earth Gems 1 rank higher. It affects any gem that is below Power Gem 5. So anything from Power Gem 4s and downward get upgraded to 1 rank higher. And this converts ordinary gems into Power Gems. So it turns ordinary gems into Power Gem 1s, which is quite nice, quite useful. So this is a really good card to have to hand. Wish I had it at a 6 pink star, then it would be doing massive damage. So each pink star you've got on your ultimate form gives you a 20% increase in damage. So that's 20% of the base damage. So currently my card has an attack, a base attack of 18,644. So if I get another pink star on this one, I'll get 20% of that on top. And if I get another pink star, you will get 20% of what it is at that point. So you keep adding 20% until you get to the max. And then if you awaken it 5 times, you get 20% for each time it's awoken. So you can get extra, what you would call it, 10 times 20, 200% increase to this card if you've got it at maximum and it's awoken 5 times, which is some serious damage output for this card. Now, Metaverse Masters, really nice utility card, primarily because it gives the next card to activate its battle skill after you've used this card the ability to deal 150% damage. So it gives a 150% damage buff. It will turn all gems on the board to dark. So this card, you probably need to use it first. So I would put this card, say, at the far right, because I play from right to left. So I'd activate Metaverse Master first, then Brothers in Banditry, then Mariachi Marooners, United Shardbearers, and Primal Protectors last. Some Mariachi Marooners. This is the last Earth Bounty deck that we got, which is quite nice. I've been using it since I got it, and it makes bounty hunter events quite good, because the bonus that I get from it really helps out a lot for me to actually get up to the highest level quite quickly. So it creates 4 Earth Power Gem 6s now. For 2 turns, it increases Earth Commander damage by 80%. And whenever another Earth Commander activates an attack or damage buff, it creates an additional 4 Earth Power Gem 5s. Every time you activate Revive or Last Stand, it increases the buff by 40% up to 160%. So when you get hit and you die, you get Revive, so that will give you 40%, and then next one is Last Stand, will give you an extra 40%. So that would be 80% on top of the 80% that you've already got, giving you a grand total of 160%. So this will work quite nice in a battle up against, say, a high hitting or a high level ultimate boss. This one is quite nice, and because it's got the skill to actually create Power Gem passively each time you use a Earth Commander. Bear that in mind, it's only Earth Commander that gives that as a damage buff or activates a damage buff or an attack buff, will activate the passive that's embedded in that battle skill. So for example, Brothers in Banditry will actually activate that passive, and United Shardbearers as well does increase Earth Commander damage by 80%, so that will tap into that as well. And Primal Protector increases self damage by 20%, so it will give you an additional 4. So this will give you an additional 4, that an additional 4. It's got a boost as well, so it will give you 4, and Brothers in Banditry will give you 4, so that's an extra 16 power gems you'll get. So that is quite a nice combination. And you can see my relics. I'm using a really old relic. It's from a water, I think it's a water slayer deck, but it will break 4 shields because I've got a 3 pink stars. And the second one up, my internet is quite slow because I'm actually tethering from my phone because currently I'm at work. If I don't actually try to make this video at work, I won't be able to make it at all because I don't get home until really late. So this is the relic. So it's a water slayer relic. It's from that rat deck. I think it was from 2019. So this will break 4, this will break 3, so that's 7. This is the current main relic, will break 1, and then I just add a two more. So this one is for Brothers in Banditry, and this is for Untitled Chapter, I think. So those are the ones that I'm running on the deck. So these are some useful cards. You've seen Devilish Duo. The Jailers is one that you could use. So Jailers in combination with, say, a card that's gonna be a main damage dealer. You need an Arcane Killer card. You could basically build an Arcane Killer deck with either Devilish Duo or Primal Protectors to give you the killer skill. Savage Swarm is not really that powerful, but I mean, it's something that you could use if you haven't got anything better. This one is Quick and Dirty. Now, Quick and Dirty and Savage Swarm, as you can see, both these cards are immortal killers, so you could combine those with, would say, high performance unit area. You could use high performance unit area, you could use Quick and Dirty or Savage Swarm as your main damage dealer, depends on what you've got. You could put, say, Metaverse Master before Quick and Dirty or Savage Swarm again in combination with high performance unit area, and then you use either Devilish Duo as a card that's going to give you the killer skill. You just need to create enough earth gems where you can actually convert those power gems created by Metaverse Master to earth power gems, because they're going to be dark power gems, and high performance unit area will generate power gems as well as ordinary dark gems. Those are two of several ways which you can go. You can go from the Arcane Killer direction, or you can go from the Immortal Killer direction. I would rather go from the Immortal Killer's direction because our performance unit area is only got a 3-turn cooldown, while the Jailers has got a 6-turn cooldown, which makes that deck really slow. You get it every turn, so that that battle skill that we've got on high performance unit area to become immune will help you out a bit. It will dispel all debuff as well affecting your team. It doesn't affect buff, so it won't dispel armor, so you're gonna need something to dispel armor. But however, I think we're gonna have fun this week creating a really powerful and a really enjoyable deck for this commander event. I've for the last year and a half, I've been finding Commander event more enjoyable than Slayer event. Did play the Slayer event over the weekend. Did finish in the top 100 of the Legend League. However, when it got to about Sunday afternoon, I was a bit bored. However, the week before, when I played the Commander event, the Water Commander event, I played for the entire event. Even on the last day of the event, it was still exciting to me. It was quite nice, and I don't think it's gonna be much different for this week's event because it's a Commander event, and I really enjoy Commander event now. I think before a lot of people used to enjoy Slayer event more, but now people enjoy Commander event more. I think because the bosses that we have in the Slayer event, they've got too much health on them. I mean, yes, the decks are getting vastly more powerful, but there is a massive void between the people who have got 1 pink star ultimate forms and the people who have got 6 pink star ultimate form, because it's all about getting those pink stars now. It's not about having fun. So just a word to the wise: try and enjoy the events. Try not to get into the mindset where I have to win, I have to win, I have to be in the top 100, I have to be in the Legend League, I have to be in the Emperor League, I have to be in the Kings League. I got out of that mindset quite a long time ago. For quite some time, I was actually in the Kings League. Before that, I was actually in the Paladin League, and I really enjoyed playing in the Kings League and the Paladin League for the time when I was there. When I got back into the Emperor League, I was always in the bottom 50, bottom 100. I just tried to play enough to stay in the league, but I wasn't working my hardest to get promoted to Legend League. I actually got promoted to Legend League by accident. I just had a really good deck that week, and a lot of people weren't playing. A lot of people didn't have really powerful decks, so I actually ended up in the Legend League. Last week, a lot of people didn't play. A lot of people didn't really play as hard as all people normally play. That's why I'm still in the Legend League anyway. So that's all I've got for you today. Definitely, I will be doing possible deck combination tomorrow. I did possible deck combination last week. I recorded several videos, but I wasn't really happy with the videos, the quality of the videos, so I didn't really upload it. So sorry about that, but this week I'll try and do a better job and try and get something out that you can see what I'm actually using. I will be able to craft the ultimate form, as I said. I'll try and see if I can craft it tomorrow. I'm gonna get 8 gems, 8 coins from the store, giving me 78. I need 84, so I just need 14 more gems. So 8 from the stores, and then I'll get 6 from the retro pack. So 8 and 6, 14. I've got the ultimate form. Okay, so please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. You can leave questions for me, you can leave comments, you can leave suggestion. I've still got my chat in the network app. I wasn't using it for a while, but I'm back on the network app. My chat is there. It's called Octane Gaming, so you can look for that. You can reach me there if you want to ask me anything. Until next time, it's Octane saying like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Peace and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.